I think it's stupid to say that you have to produce to be a real artist.
But do you think the virality has anything to do with the fact that you're like outrageously hot?
I went to with this little controller to every gig. People said, oh, you're not a real DJ because you're not playing on CDJs. The new generation just means that you can really mix what you want. I think for women, you're never a real DJ for some people. What do they bring to the table? And then I have to always dress up and perform and do all these things? No.
When you come to an after hour and you go to the Späti before, what are you bringing to the after hour? But I think you're bringing...
Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Capri Sun. Oh, this is already the question. Do we start?
I mean, kind of, yeah. But is that really what you bring?
Yes, why not? Sometimes it's also like this chocolate drinks. I mean, for after hours, you can bring everything, I guess.
It's really popular in America too.
Really?
And we didn't know it's German. Like, I didn't learn that it was German until I moved here. We just call it Capri Sun. It's spelled, yeah. It's
I mean,
spelled in an
I
American
know
way.
only that it's called Capri Sonne, and then I realized, oh, it's Capri Sun. Maybe it's not German, because I also thought it's German.
It is based in Germany and Switzerland, and it was invented by a guy called Rudolf Wild.
Oh my
Yes.
God, this is also Rudolf. They are based in the Rudolf Wildstraße. Just imagine the guy who invented this has now a street named after him where his company is sitting.
Scream.
These are goals.
Okay, I think that people might think, maybe people who have been introduced to your music more recently might think that you're one of these like new generation DJs who have been sort of like discovered during the pandemic, but you've actually been DJing for a really long time, right? I mean, do you identify as a new generation DJ?
Good question. I mean, I played for a while. That's true. Officially started in 2017, but in more like Latin stuff, hip hop, like this kind of
Like
thing.
stuff with flavor.
Yes, some spice where you can really like shake your hips. In my free time, I went to techno parties. And then during the pandemic, I was just like feeling it more and more that I want to explore this side. And then I got somehow discovered through her. I think maybe it's the her generation, which is kind of the new generation. But I think the new generation just means that you can really mix what you want. And before there was like a huge separation. Either you like hip hop or you like electronic music.
It's nice that this has been changed. I mean, it's cool that you can just do your thing.
It was always my dream to kind of bring these two together.
I mean...
And then during COVID, I just found more music, and also with Ghettotech. And I think also a lot of people discovered Ghettotech during that time. So there was just a lot of new music out, which I finally love to play, because before I was like, okay, I can mix it a little bit myself, but then a lot of producers who really know what to do, what they do, produce some nice tracks, and yeah, that was my time. Okay, cool, I can play this, and I could play cool sets that people liked.
Yeah, I mean, people really like them. One of your sets now has, I was of course checking it before you came, 1.5 million views. Yeah. I mean, for everybody, of all of the 5,000 DJs who have played those sets, do you have any tips for like how to play a viral live stream?
I just can say that when I did the her, I was super nervous. I was like, I don't know, I went through all the stages, and then when I arrived, I was like, okay, let's fuck it and just give your all. And then I think this is how it works, you know, when you're just like, just do it.
I mean,
have fun, just give your all.
You were clearly having a lot of fun. I mean, that's like it's so nice to watch that, because it seems like I would never have guessed that you were nervous, because you look like you're having a blast. Like you're dancing in such an authentic and genuine
way. Oh my God, I had to deal with so much nervousness during this whole career, you can't believe it.
But do you think the virality has anything to do with the fact that you're like outrageously hot?
I don't know, maybe. But there are also other hot DJs.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's a factor. I mean, many of them also have good, stats. I guess it helps. I mean, you look amazing in that video.
I think especially during COVID, we had more video material. And I think it was also a chance for a lot of girls to be seen.
Yeah.
So I think also with this new generation, we had like a lot of more women than before.
Which is fab. When people ask you, like, are you a DJ who produces or are you a producer who DJs? Like, there's so many politics around whether or not you produce.
Yes.
Do you want to do that? Do you feel like you have to do that?
Yes, I think there's a lot of pressure to be a producer, but I think you can also give a shit because there are a lot of DJs who only DJ, and I think it's stupid to say that you have to produce to be a real artist. I don't know, I think people always have to kind of make it more a profession so it's not so easily reachable for other people.
Gatekeeping.
Oh yeah.
There's a word for that.
This is how I also started, and I went to with this little controller to every gig, had my little bag with me, had my laptop there, and I was also, people said, oh, you're not a real DJ because you're not playing on CDJs, but I'm like, yeah, but where and how can I practice? So I had to do my year of being controller DJ until I was able to buy these CDJs, and then I could practice on them. And now I'm thinking about vinyls, but it's just also like a process. It's not that you are a DJ and then you have all the skills and I mean, some people maybe are, but it's also okay if you just get the skills along the way, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't have to get all the skills. You don't have to play on vinyls.
Did that ever discourage you though, when people in that year, when people were saying you're not a real DJ?
I think for women, you're never a real DJ for some people. Because they always find, oh, it's just because of your look, it's just because of that, or I don't know, they always find the reason why you're not a real DJ. So I think it's good to have a thick skin and just like, to be honest, I don't want a DJ like you guys. You can do your, I don't know, nerdy stuff there if you like.
You can jerk off in the mirror and be a nerd. I'm not
exactly.
interested.
I want to have fun, and this is my message.
Ready to die, ready to have fun. Sign me up. Sounds like a person I want to be friends with for sure.
I'm also kind of against this perfectionism, because mistakes happen, and it's just always more a question of who's doing the mistake. Because I think sometimes I saw so many guys who do like so bad mistakes, or even drunk or too high. And then if a woman makes a mistake, or if she's maybe a little bit drunk or whatever, it's just like, oh, she's such, I mean, it's kind of differently, you know, categorized.
Which is called a double standard.
Exactly.
There's a word for that too. But I hear you. And like, I think that not everybody has this, like, I call it like a fuck you bone. Do you know what I'm saying? Not everybody can be criticized and just be like, okay, and go on. You know, there are some people who are really deeply sensitive to people's criticism, and I think this is probably the wrong industry for them if they feel that way. Okay, we are going to pause and play a quick game.
Okay.
Called Would You Rather. It's basically just more questions. just told in a different way, slightly different format. Okay, would you rather play a major festival for no money, or play a gig for no one for triple your normal booking fee?
It really depends on the situation. If I really need money, I would definitely go for the money. But if I'm like chill, but right now I would say I would go for the bigger one. But it depends if it's also important to me.
So it depends on the festival.
I'm super complicated.
Okay.
When it comes to jobs, I heard it even from other people. I think that people who always say kind of yes, I'm always, is it like aligning with me and and
that's just what everybody should do. To be honest, I mean, I just think that DJs should think of themselves as like brands, kind of, or like, honestly, maybe it sounds dehumanizing, but as a product, and like, does this gig, does this party, does this place, does this festival align with the spirit of what you're doing and what you're trying to market, the message you're trying to put in the world, your image, yes or no? And I mean, whatever. It's also privileged to be able to say that. It depends on your financial situation, but I think that's smart. And I think it's smart in the beginning to be like, okay, maybe I don't need that $2K. It's more important for me to say no now to get that $4K later for something that really speaks to me.
So it really depends on the situation.
Which is always the best answer. Okay, would you rather have to move back to Moabit or have to move back to Hellersdorf?
It's very easy because the area where I was born, like the whole East Berlin and also like a little bit outside, is very racist. Oh. So as soon as you kind of sometimes leave the ring, it's not so safe for you.
I will not be visiting Hellersdorf anytime soon. Thank you. Would you rather have to erase all of your social media accounts or give up your entire wardrobe and all of your furniture?
Oh, I would give my wardrobe and furniture. I'm ready for something new.
Look how cute your outfit is. Honestly, yeah. Okay, well maybe you need to move and maybe your furniture
I'm
is
so ready to move. I just need some plug.
But not to Hellersdorf. Oh, this one was inspired by your recent horse set. Would you rather have to listen to air horns, like for an hour, or sirens for an hour?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do I like to suffer more?
Exactly, yeah. Choose.
Or is it like
Pick your
suffering?
poison.
I think sirens. I think sirens.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up next to a hospital and also like on the main street, so I just heard it all the time, like even in the night. I think I just can't sleep on it.
Oh, it's your lullaby. Okay, well, that was not as hard as it should have been. Would you rather be stuck on an island with a bunch of random DJs or a bunch of random fans?
DJs.
Yeah, that needs no explanation. Would you rather go on a date with me or would you rather go on a date with our producer over there?
With you.
Oh, thank you. Would you rather go on a date with me tonight after this interview or go on a date with me tomorrow? You could also say both.
I think tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Cool, it's in the calendar. Okay, back to our normal Q session, end of that segment. Is there a difference between who you are in your normal day-to-day life and like your club persona?
Of course.
Okay.
I think we all have different personalities, right?
Yeah.
For example, when we are with our parents.
Yes.
When we're at work. When we meet someone we have business with. So I think we all always bring out different personalities. And I think when I'm at the club, I just, try to, and this is also a little kind of work that you prepare yourself, that you are in this mood to have this fun vibe. Because I don't know, I'm not a machine. I cannot produce these fun vibes all the time, you know.
Yeah.
So this is also work for me. That's why I have to be on myself or by my own, you know, just to kind of recharge. So when the weekend happens, I can be this funny or like this person that really enjoys playing and, you know, be in this moment.
I mean, it's also kind of your duty as a DJ, right? You know, you're kind of a professional fun maker, like fun enabler.
I don't know, but I feel like back in the days it was not like this.
Nightlife runs on like enjoyment and exchange and community and like ultimately fun, I think. So even if it's not that like you have to talk to a bunch of people, but even if you're just playing music, it's like you kind of want to bring a fun energy. But maybe you can also just show up and be like, fuck everybody.
Yeah, this is also what I do. Sorry, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a machine. I'm very impressed by people who are DJs, because when you are a DJ, you really play every weekend. When you're maybe an artist, a singer, you have a tour, or you have like you have your concert tour, and then you perform, but then you have also your rest. But for a DJ, I mean, how many weekends do you take off? You're on the stage every weekend. And I mean, of course, sometimes I have a lot of fun and I can play around with the people, but sometimes I'm also just like, hey, I'm just playing here. Today I want to maybe just focus on my mixing or whatever. So it's not maybe that I dance around, you know? And then I also get it from promoters. Oh, are you fine? You were not dancing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not supposed to dance every time. I'm not here, you know? If I want to dance, if I feel like it, I do it. If not, it's not like this.
Right. You also have to do your job. Like it's a job at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a job, but it's also me. I cannot like dance. Yeah. If I don't feel the dance, I don't dance. And I think this should be also okay, because a lot of men who play, they don't dance at all. They don't even dress up. Where is what do they bring to the table, you know? And then I have to always dress up and perform and do all these things? No.
What is the best advice you've received in the past year?
Don't give up.
Were you thinking about giving up?
So many times. I mean, not everything, but it's just like, sometimes you just really ask yourself if you've made the right decisions. And not only in this like DJ thing, but also like in other things, like for example, taxes stuff and how you do your taxes here, you know, and then you're like, was it really worth to go through all of this?
Which, in case anybody doesn't know, is a fucking nightmare in Germany, as an artist. You can have a Lúcia Lu night at any club that you want, and all of the DJs that you ask will be confirmed. What club would you choose, and what would the lineup look like?
Maybe I would go to Atlanta, even though I was not there. Ooh. Book one of these strip clubs.
Magic City.
Yes.
That's the legendary one. Shout out to Magic City.
Because I just saw it on Pinterest, how it looks. It looks like a fairy tale, right?
Okay, so Magic City.
Yeah, just turn it into a rave for one night. It would be fun, I guess.
Okay, well, now that you've planted this seed, I'm like, the cogs are working. Okay, but who would you book at the Magic City rave?
I think people that I like, of course, Miss Bashful, MCRT, DBBD, of course, is part of the team. I think Bad Boombox. I think in this kind of direction has to be like kind of sexy techno.
Yeah, like
sexy.
Like, yeah, sexy.
Of course, I play there.
Yeah, of course. Well, of course, you're headlining. Duh. Who else would headline? If you were gonna die and come back and be reincarnated as something, what do you think you would come back as?
I hope as a man.
A man who produces.
I always wanted to be a man. I think even until like recently, I just discovered parts of me that still want it and don't accept that I'm a woman.
If you had to play a track at this after hour right now, what would you play?
What I would play now, maybe the name was Handbagger of the producer. It was a special edit, but You Found Out was the track name.
Perfect. We'll add it in here. I don't hear it, but I'm just feeling the vibes, and I know it's good because it's always good.
It's good. It's good. Trust me.